What it do, people? Pean back at you with another video, and I'm here with
Squirrelz. They might remember me from the prediction video that I had to do by myself.
You all know that the feud of 2020 is Pean versus his internet. Okay, I mean, let's be honest.
So we're here to recap WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And depending on how long this video is, this might be 2 videos, so this might just be part 1. And we'll get to you.
It's too big for one night. But Squirrelz, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
Okay.
Just in this room that I barely ever use to record this video.
First match we had was the Kabuki Warriors defending their tag team titles against Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss. What you think of this match, Warren?
I thought it was a really good match. It was a really good match to start with, but I also think it was just overall a good match. I hated the camera work, but that's to be expected from WWE at this time. With their jump cuts and the amount of times they would just cut around with everything. And then there were awkward moments where you could clearly tell either there was a botch or they decided to go with a different move, because it would just be a really hard cutaway and then it would cut into like a move immediately. It was just really weird camera work. And this is one of the only good matches, in my opinion, for night one. Bliss and Cross won the women's tag titles from the Kabuki Warriors, which I guess you could say you could see it coming from a mile away. But yeah, with the women's tag team division, what do you know? I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars.
4 out of 5.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, it was a good opener. You know, kind of get the move on with the rest of the night. I like what you said. You know, I give it like 4 out of 5. It was good. You know, it was fun. Alexa Bliss got her moment. Yeah, it's good. The next match we had on the list was my boy Elias versus the king of the world. Not him, but King Corbin.
King of my world.
Yeah, you know, your basic second match, you know.
It was like a Raw match, I guess. I don't know. I didn't enjoy it. I gave it a 2 out of 5, and Elias won with the most devastating move in all of sports entertainment. So roll up. And we had a lot of really shitty finishes on night one, and this was kind of just the start of everything. Because after this, I think almost every match had a weird finish or a really shitty finish or like a roll-up finish or whatever. Not much to say about this match. It might as well have not been on the card, in my opinion. It made that much of an impact.
Oh, I agree. But hey, you know, my boy Elias got the win. Yeah.
Yeah, Elias got the win, so that works.
Yeah.
I like that.
So from that pointless match, we go to one of the most controversial endings of the night, and maybe of all of 2 nights of WrestleMania. We have the man Becky Lynch defending her title against Shayna Baszler, in which is an odd ending of Becky Lynch retaining. Now, I have a couple theories of she retained, but I'm going to let you go ahead.
Becky won the title. She retained. She's officially, as of today, has had a 365-day title reign, which is a full year. She won kind of with a roll-up. It was a good match, but I thought it was completely ruined by the finish. And not because Shayna didn't win. It was just a really dumb finish. Like, they could have just had Becky beat her, but I'm assuming what you're going to get into is probably something along the lines of they didn't want Shayna to look bad. So they had her lose by a roll-up so they could have her beat Becky later on. I gave it a 3 out of 5, though. I thought it was better than Corbin versus Elias, and I thought it was on par with the women's tag title match until that finish, and then I had to drop it a star because that was just a stupid finish. I didn't like it.
I agree. My personal opinion is I feel like if they had the crowd, they would have let Baszler win, but since they had to have no crowd, and they're kind of going on a hiatus now, so it's kind of good for the media and like everyone around them. Hey, Becky Lynch is the champion. Let's turn it to Raw. This could go really good with character work if they use social media. Like you have Becky going on Twitter gloating, "Hey, I'm still the champ for 1 year," yada yada, and you just like have Shayna Baszler. Like I take a picture of her like TV watching like the Mania match like every day or something. Another theory of why Becky Lynch won It's because if you remember my Royal Rumble prediction, I threw a suggestion that Becky Lynch could hold on to next year's WrestleMania. She'll beat Shayna, go on for another year, and then she'll fight Ronda. I mean, it's possible.
They could do that. I just don't really know what they would do with Shayna in that amount of time.
Oh, I know.
It's really weird also. Yeah, this is recorded after all. It's really weird that they brought Shayna up and they also brought Bianca up on the same brand. Like, you would think one of them would have went to SmackDown. Bayley did just, like, spoiler alert for night 2, but Bayley did just defend her title against almost the entire women's roster on SmackDown.
Yeah.
So, we'll get into that later, but, like, you would think there needs to be a new opponent for Bayley, too. Oh, well, I guess we'll never know sometimes. I like your theory, though, that it's going to be Ronda. I just don't know. Ronda's so weird, like, with her social media posts and stuff. I can't tell if she's going to come back or if she's not going to come back. What exactly is going on with her? I don't know. But I think we're going to have Becky versus Shayna for the time being. And then I don't know if Shayna's going to beat her for the title or if they're going to do that thing you're talking about where Becky just goes through everybody until she gets to Ronda again. Because she's going through everyone except for Shayna and Bianca now, because Bianca just got added.
You know what I could see? Since Money in the Bank is coming up, I don't know when.
I think Bianca wins Money in the Bank. As soon as she debuted last night, I was like, she's winning the Money in the Bank.
They could do that, or they could do Shayna doesn't even have a title match against Becky yet. She attacks whoever the last person enters, is kind of doing an edge. She gets in the match, Money in the Bank, and then cashes in later that night. Or just holds on to the title or briefcase. But we'll see.
We got the IC title match with Sami Zayn defending against Daniel Bryan. And Sami Zayn won. Yep.
Yeah.
That's the match, pretty much. Everyone had this going in as their match of the night, including me. This match sucked. Absolute ass. I can't believe how bad it was, considering who was involved in the match. Just too much, like, I don't know, too many shenanigans, too much outside stuff. The match itself was very slow-paced and very just, like, not rest hold city or anything like that, but it was very just slow-paced, and they didn't ever really get into a good chemistry together in that match. I don't know why. I don't think it was overbooked or anything. It just didn't seem like they were really meshing well. I give it a 2 out of 5.
I don't understand what they're doing with Sami Zayn. He has like so much potential, but they're making him to look and wrestle like a complete bum, which blows my mind. Like, his best friend over on Raw is like killing it left and right. Like, I don't
know. Sami Zayn is really good, but I think WWE just doesn't know what to do with him. He's just one of those guys where he's like the smaller guy, and they're like, I don't really understand what to do with you because we can't push you past the mid card because you're a tiny little dude. So here's your IC title reign, and he's just gonna have one of those title reigns that's just forgetful. That's just what it is. Like, that's all it's gonna be. It's gonna be like, remember that time Sami won the IC title? It's gonna be like the same equivalent of remember that time Zack Ryder won the US title? It's kind of like,
yeah.
Zack Ryder had bigger title wins than Sami Zayn.
Oh.
Sami Zayn's had more title defenses.
I just don't understand. They're dropping the ball with Sami. Like, this could have been like a banger of a match, but I don't know. Vince doesn't really like Sami. I don't know if it's because of his beliefs, because he doesn't like Saudi to go. I don't know. Bring El Generico in.
Where did he go? They never signed that guy. He left ROH a long time ago, and no one's ever heard from him.
Ole.
What's your star rating for that match? If you can give a star.
Like a 2 or 1. It was disappointing, especially like with Daniel Bryan. Like, him, like, this could be his last year, and like that could be his last Mania maybe. Like, just could have done better.
Anyways, SmackDown tag title match in a not tag team match. We have a triple threat ladder match for the tag team titles. John Morrison defending against Kofi Kingston and Jimmy Uso. which the announcers, I noticed, could not tell the difference. Even when there was only one Uso in the ring, they just kept saying the Uso, or they kept saying Uso. They still didn't know if it was Jimmy or Jay. Morrison retains in a really good match that had another shitty finish. So he fell. So they were all three unhooking. If you didn't watch, they were all three unhooking the little thing that the titles rest on. And he fell like onto ladders. And the other two guys, Kofi and Jimmy, were still up top, and they were holding the clip. But when Morrison fell, he grabbed the titles as he fell. So they were just holding the clip, and the titles awkwardly just fell to the ground. And then everyone kind of stared around for a couple minutes. And then Morrison picked up one of the titles, and the announcer was like, Morrison's won it for a team. He won it for his team. I don't know. I give it a 4 out of 5. At this point in time, I thought it was the best match on the card so far. There's going to be another match that overtakes it for me, but this was my favorite match from night one by far. I thought it was really good. I just didn't like the ending, but I can forgive it because it's not as bad of an ending like Miz or somebody coming down to steal the titles for their team even though they're not in the match or something stupid like that. It was a good, decent ending. I would have just preferred Morrison just grabbing the titles, but whatever.
I was watching it, and it's so awkward to watch a ladder match with no crowd because all you hear is click, 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 click.
I wonder if this was a case with the finishes of them overbooking for the sake of not having a crowd and trying to get a reaction from social media. And I also wonder if maybe it's a case of, because they recorded these matches in advance and they weren't live. I wonder if it was a case of them watching them and just getting inside their head and they're like, we need something to end this match. We can't just do a normal finish, go back out there and do it again or something like that. Yeah. I would assume they did to prevent spoilers from leaking out, other than threatening to fire people, which apparently is what they did. When they did multiple finishes for every match, so we didn't know who was going to win in case it did leak out. So I'm assuming this is just the finish they liked and went with. Same for all the other matches.
Oh, that sucks for like Shayna because she gets that moment and like, no, just kidding. No,
that was just a test run.
I liked it. I enjoyed it. It was awkward hearing like the thuds every time. It reminded me of the Dean Ambrose match from 2015. They both fell. Rollins kind of rolled over with the title, so he won. So it was like a cheap heel victory. Won, but they really didn't win, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
There's a lot of old dusty finishes going on in night one.
What do you give that as a star rating?
I give it about 4.
Next, we had 2 Seth Rollins versus Kevin Owens matches. So I guess let's start with the first one, which was just a singles match. Owens wins after Seth disqualifies himself for hitting Owens with the ring bell. And was it just me, or did they maybe use some sound effects to make that ring bell go off? Because I feel like he was not hitting him that hard.
Shout out for them for the ding!
Yeah, I know. It felt like he wasn't even hitting him that hard. And they don't really allow head bumps with weapons anymore. And it was always to the head, and it was just always ding! That was their first match. Then they had an impromptu no DQ match after Kevin Owens demanded one, and Seth accepted. So then we had Seth versus Owens in a no DQ match, and Kevin Owens pretty much basically won after he jumped off the WrestleMania sign. I know it sounds like a bigger deal than it actually is because the Mania sign this year was pretty much the height of maybe the Titantron, so it's probably like he jumped off the Titantron. I give it a 3 out of 5 stars. I thought it was a good match, but I thought it was like Raw levels of a street fight. I don't think it was like WrestleMania level. But I thought it was good. I didn't think it was bad at all. And it didn't really have a screwy finish, even though I guess technically you could count it, them having a second match as a screwy finish.
My God. Seth Rollins' attire was straight fire, bro. His attire, man. I freaking loved it. His white attire, loved it. Enjoyable match. Dive was kind of cool. It kind of made me think of a Shane McMahon, and they were feuding before this. I was like, the Shano thing. Great match. I give it 3.5. I would give it more if it wasn't for that stupid ending in the first one. Like, I thought that was it. So, like,
It should have been no DQ from the start. The no DQ match was better, but it should have been no DQ from the start. So next we had an impromptu 24/7 title match, which was kind of Gronk versus Mojo versus R-Truth, I guess. It was happening in the WrestleMania host booth with Gronkowski, who wasn't really much of a host this year. He didn't really do all that much. He just kind of introduced you to WrestleMania each day and then kind of did like an update halfway through. Mojo beat R-Truth for the 24/7 title. Yeah. A roll up for the win, as they always do. Anyways, we're not going to rate that match or really talk about it because who cares? We have the Universal title match now. Goldberg going into WrestleMania without an opponent. Roman Reigns had to drop out due to concerns about the word we cannot speak on YouTube. So we have Braun Strowman replacing him. So we got Braun Strowman versus Goldberg. Braun beats Goldberg for the Universal title at WrestleMania, which I did not see coming. I figured if they're going to have anybody win, it was going to be Roman Reigns. So they were just going to keep it on Goldberg. But I guess thinking back on it now, I should have thought that they weren't going to keep the title on Goldberg because he's not going to be making Raw appearances. So it kind of makes sense to give it to somebody who can make appearances. They faked out the squash. They made it look like Goldberg was going to squash Braun, and then Braun squashed Goldberg. I gave it a 1 out of 5 stars because it was just one of those, I call them Lesnar style matches, but Lesnar even does a little bit more in his matches. So I guess it's really Goldberg style matches where it's just kind of finisher matches over. I know you got a lot to say because you
can't beat anymore. I recorded my reaction, so if you guys want to see that, let me know because I recorded this one. I recorded Lesnar match, and I recorded the Firefly Funhouse match. I was losing my mind during this. This is great. Goldberg got squashed like the jobber he is. Braun Strowman is the new Universal Champion. The family got the title back.
Okay. There's not much else to say about that match. So that's the two sides of the argument. Either you hated the match because it just sucked, or you were like, thank God Goldberg's gone again. Until the next Saudi show. Okay, next we had, this is going to be interesting to talk about because next up we got the Boneyard match. And you loved this match. I did not love this match, but it wasn't because I thought it was bad. I thought it was good. I just thought they were being a little bit too serious for what it was supposed to be. That's why, spoiler, I enjoyed the Firefly Funhouse match more because they were just having fun with it and going all out and balls to the wall. And this one, it kind of seemed like they were holding back and trying to go for the whole Undertaker as like a Westerns outlaw guy from like the movies or whatever, like fucking Clint Eastwood or some shit. And I thought it was too serious, which made it cringy for me. So it was kind of really hard for me to watch. I thought it was done well, but it was very soap opera-y and very like something you would see on like one of the daytime soap operas, like, I don't know, a murder on the daytime soap operas. I thought it was really good. I thought the editing was really good. I thought the special effects were good. I thought the way they shot it was good. I just thought the writing for it was cringy and the acting was like cringy because they were being way too serious about it. They should have did some like weird ass shit that I was talking about where you could have like, I don't think I said it in my prediction video. I think I said it in the one that we tried to record. But I was saying something like Michelle McCool should be in a coffin as like a undead bride or something and like bust out and scare AJ or something. Like they should have done weird things like that and just had more fun with it. Undertaker wins. He buries AJ Styles alive. I give it a 2 out of 5 star. As for somebody who loved the match, which I know most of the people did, so I'm going to let you finish it off now for part 1 and let you talk about how great this match was. Because I didn't like it, and I don't want everyone to be mad at me, so they can hear what you think about it.
This match. I adored this match. We finally had a Taker match that was really enjoyable since he lost the streak. Because he went on through that whole 23 through 29 bangers. After that, shit show. You can do this and have Taker matches. Also, I know you don't really want to see maybe. I don't know. But guess what? this has the opportunity to give us Undertaker versus Sting. Sting can't go, but if you do this action-packed film by my boy JB Jeremy Borash, he can do something. Also, Biker Taker. What the hell? I know we got this because we have no crowd because of the beep, because of the Baltimore thing, but damn, just think of what we could have got in the match, like the one-on-one match, and what we got. I'm glad we got this because that one-on-one match would suck. But also, you had the Druids. You had the Biker Taker coming back. You had Metallica. You had the ending where Undertaker put his band on, went back on his chopper and did like this, and the barn behind him blew up. You had the two. One of my favorite parts was at the end when he buried AJ alive. Was that little thing that was on the tombstone? He just wipes it off and it says, "Hey," like I was looking at.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
But it was funny because AJ says, "I dig yourself a grave." If AJ dig Undertaker a grave, why didn't he look at the tombstone?
I don't know how AJ accessed this information. I don't know if he like hacked into their personal files as a family, but he said that Michelle had bought Undertaker a grave for when he died. So she like owned a plot of land in the graveyard for him. Gotcha. So I guess he figured out where that was and just started digging there. But turns out Michelle actually bought the grave for AJ the entire time. That's what it's supposed to be. But I don't know.
Now.
It's not really, I guess, that important on how AJ found out the information and where the plot was and what cemetery it was. But that was what it was supposed to be.
Yeah, I love the match. The only thing that was missing was like what you said, the Michelle going on like the ghost and her giving him a Styles clap or a faith break.
They could have even done some like weird shit where they had like demons come up from the ground and like drag AJ into the grave or some shit. I don't know.
Oh.
They could have did something like weird. They needed to be weirder than they were. They were trying to be too grounded and serious. Yeah. That's why I don't like Biker Taker. It's like a midlife crisis thing, even though he's way past midlife. He's like, oh yeah, I'm a badass. And he like has fucking seizures coming to the ring and shit. Like,
oof. Do you think this is the last match of Taker?
No, not at all. I think Taker is going to wrestle until he absolutely cannot wrestle, whether that be him dying or being put in a wheelchair or the doctor is literally telling him he can't wrestle. Something. I don't think he's going to stop.
I got you.
I will never retire. So I think if he's going to retire, it's going to be against somebody that he picks. I know he picked AJ, but I think it's going to be something where he announces it. I think he's very into the whole. I think he's very into the whole idea of making himself a big deal. So I feel like he would be like Undertaker retirement match. I don't think he would just come in and have a match and then a couple months later we figure out he's retiring. It's not going to be like an Edge at WrestleMania 27 type thing. It's going to be like a Ric Flair.
Yep.
Shawn Michaels deal.
Squirrelz, what was your overall thoughts on night one, man?
It sucked ass. I hated night one. My thoughts about WrestleMania get better for night two. So if you stick with us for night two, you will not hate me as much. But honestly,
as much.
I didn't average up my score mathematically, but I'm going to average it out at about probably 2.5 stars for night one overall. I had 2 matches that I ranked really high at 4 stars and 2 matches I ranked at 3, but everything else is 2 or lower. So I don't know, 2.5 to 3 stars. We can do 3 to just round it up and just say it's 3-star overall for night one.
Night one was enjoyable. I had a lot of dusty finishes. I think the ending towards the ending was kind of better. Like me personally, with Goldberg getting squashed and then the Boneyard match, it ended high with me.
I like night one.
Yeah. That was our night one review. Our night two review will be coming up soon. What you guys think of night one? Drop it below in the comments. Don't forget to follow him at
Sir Squirrelz with a Z.
Don't forget to follow me at The Boss Pean, and don't forget to follow both of us at The Crazy Show X2 on the Don't forget to like our Facebook page as facebook.com/The Crazy Show Show. You will see that logo right there that we made in 2009.
This ugly ass logo. We need a new one.
Yeah, if you know how to make a logo, DM us. Our DMs are open. So yeah, this has been the Boss Pean. That has been
Sir Squirrelz, and this has been
The Crazy Show Show. I guess. Oh, here we go. There you go. Thank you guys for watching. Later.
bye.